Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
And welcome to Chinwag number 63, the weekly reseller chat.
Have you gone back to calling it a weekly reseller chat?
Well, I don't know what to call it.
We used to just call it because it started off being reseller Chinwag, and then we just went for Chinwag.
Chinwag 63, weekly chat.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll just call it the weekly chat. Yeah, we'll call it the weekly chat. As you can tell from like the vagueness of the title, we don't have a particular topic in mind today. It's more of a...
we'll do a bit of this and that.
Yeah, we'll do a bit of this and that. A bit of this and that.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever that is. We'll do a bit of it. We've literally been just rushing around, getting stuff ready. We've just had dinner. I just finished uploading some listings, which is cool.
Yeah, we quite literally only finished working probably about, I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't say we finished. Like you might have finished, but I think I might do some.
Because I stopped at about 5 to start dinner, and then that was it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're going to say a few hellos. We're going to take it nice and easy. Ray Cunningham was first in the chat. Says, "Is it broken? There's nobody here." Yeah, we only just made it live.
Yeah, it's only just gone up, probably.
I don't know how long it will take for it to catch up, or if for notifications to go out.
Yeah.
Southwest Seller says hi, Bex, Z, Alfie, and chat. Peter Ray's joined us as well. How's Christmas build up going, guys? We're meant to do a tag, aren't we?
Yes.
We haven't done that either yet. I think
we were meant to try and record that yesterday, weren't we?
I think Nick and Andrew. Whoa, there's not a time limit on it.
No, there's not a time limit.
Nick and Andrew did it. I haven't even seen theirs yet.
I know.
But I'm gonna have to watch that, and
we're
then
so far behind, aren't we?
We're a bit behind. But we are going to do that. How's it been? Okay.
It's been alright.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, we don't like put it everywhere. There's none here.
There's no. The Christmas tree's over there.
I'll give you a quick glimpse.
Try not to get dark.
There we go.
There we go. There's our Christmas tree at the other end.
You can just about see it. You can see the RC car there as well.
Yeah.
There you go. So super quick swish around there. So that's pretty much all we've got, right? Oh, it's your fault, is it?
I don't really decorate the whole house, do I? I
just
do a tree.
People around here really do go all out, and it's really cool because
I think we stand out because we've got no lights outside our house either.
Are we the only ones? We're not the only ones. Loads of people don't do it outside as well, but yeah. So it's something we're working on. It's a work in progress. But I don't think we're going to add...
No, the Christmas tree is it.
Is it?
That's it.
The Christmas tree is it. So that's going to be it. So John Morris is in the chat. Indie Chick as well. Hi there. Jason Entwistle. Ryan Senior. Tracy says hello from Michigan. Hi there. Daniel Warren. Catherine McConnell. CT Whale. It will be fun, whatever, says Ray Cunningham. Oh, okay. Weekly hangout for peeps. Hi, Z Chat, says Andy B. N. Parker. Stephen Bennett. Pete's Retro Collectibles. It jumped.
It jumped, so we
might have missed. Callum Tucker says hello. No notifications.
Yeah, they've been a bit all over the place, really.
There's no notification come through yet. Yeah, well,
no.
It is what it is.
Nothing.
It is what it is, exactly. Indie Chick says, I have wine and cheese. Dead sophisticated me.
I love cheese.
It would have been until you said dead sophisticated me, because then it doesn't sound sophisticated, does it? But yes, wine and cheese I think is pretty fancy.
Yeah, I love cheese.
Yeah, you like cheese. I like cheese as well. I'm not a big fan of wine. You like wine.
I like wine.
Yeah, so there you go. Beck's sophisticated
wine
too.
Wine and cheese.
Yeah. So quite a lot of people popping in now, which is nice to see. Daisy May says, hi Z, your hair has grown back quickly. It has, yeah. It's come back with a vengeance. Nick is in the chat as well. Hi there, Nick. Hi, Nick. Wow, we've been saying a lot of hellos. I got a notification 5 minutes late. 5 minutes late is better than none whatsoever, which it can be as well sometimes, can't it? It can be really flaky. It's a bit
hit and miss, isn't it, sometimes?
It can be.
Sometimes I get them straight away and other times I don't.
Yeah. Couple of changes you guys may have noticed. We've moved back inside.
Well, you've been here this week.
This week, yeah. So it might be a bit boomy. I think it's a little bit echoey in here compared to out there because
that's why we moved it in there, because it was. But it's less echoey in there.
Cold.
But it's so cold in there.
It's so cold. Yeah. Out there is normally where we do where we have had the computer set up and that's where all the stock is and where we do our parcels and things. But it is freezing at the moment and it's got heating and stuff, but electric heating costs too much money to run. So yeah, it's just a bit, you know, something. So we're back inside. Got the central heating on, so hopefully we're going to warm up quickly. All right, people talking about Nick's going wine, beer. Okay. Z, the Christmas tag, when? Yeah, it's going to happen. Like I said, we're going to watch Nick and Andrea's, and then we're going to do ours as well. We've got the questions, haven't we?
Yeah,
I think Andrea sent us the questions. Yeah. So we are going to...
Probably... I don't know. I don't want to say a time because we're really rubbish.
We'll try to do it tonight, maybe. No, it's not going to happen tonight, is it?
It's probably not going to happen tonight.
No.
I wouldn't promise that.
Okay. Indie Chick says, has anyone changed their handling time? I've just edited mine to same day dispatch. We're on same day dispatch. Well, I think
on some of our items. On the second store, I do it on the clothing, and that's all I do it on, same day dispatch. But I set a time.
I think I'm on one day actually.
If the sale comes in before 11 o'clock, I'll do it the same day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't.
No, I think we do we do 1 day dispatch actually, but it's just then the shuttle is 2 days.
Oh, so you get the fast and free.
So we get the fast and free because we're doing free delivery.
Because I did wonder that.
Yeah, that's what we're doing on ours.
Yeah.
And so Hixie's popped into the chat as well. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Right, Nick. And Indy says, Nick and Andrea, I just watched your chat with Steph and Steve. Loved it. Yeah, that was a good chat actually.
Yeah, we didn't catch the end of it.
Yeah, Steve and Steph are funny though, aren't they?
We kind of watched the start of it live, and then we had to kind of go off.
Exactly.
So.
All right. Shell Staruni says, evening, mulled wine, cheese, pickled onions, homemade mince pies. Everyone's talking about their favourite food, I think. Fabian's joined us as well. Wow. Right. And Ray says, just started and finished my Christmas shopping, 10 minutes and done, thanks to Amazon.
That's the best way, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're guaranteed delivery.
That's
and
right.
Exactly.
Just online.
All right, we'll get the we've said a few hellos, so thank you everyone for joining us. We've got 60 people watching us at the moment, which is incredible. Thank you everybody for popping in. We're going to start off as always and talk about like sales and things like that, how we're doing. We've been on like the past few weeks, and we've had some really decent a bit loud. Sorry, that was my phone. My Razer phone.
See, I turned my.
Oh, you turned yours down. Okay, yeah.
You know, because you're on a stream and.
I know, but it's my Razer phone. It's it's really cool.
Yeah.
And so we've been on here. We've been on here weeks on end, it seems now, saying, "Oh, we had a good week."
Last few weeks.
Yeah. And we've consistently done well over £1,000 turnover weekly. I think we've been hitting £1,300-1,400 a week, which has been
for a few months,
really good.
Actually, I think
a few months even.
Yeah, I think it's been.
Well, it's been a while. Yeah,
it has been a while. I definitely think at least 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Of that kind of turnover.
Yeah, it's been really good turnover and good profit as well, which is good. I mean, recently I was totting up some figures, and I think we've now like again in terms of turnover, not including like shipping and stuff, but we've actually sold we spent about like 3,300 on this haul of RC and toy stuff.
Bearing in mind that doesn't include what we hired the van for, our travel costs or anything like that. This is just what we paid for the haul. And we've turned over already over 5,300. So that's a good amount to give us an idea that actually we're going to be at least we'll have broken even, and there should be some profit in there considering the stuff that we've sold has been really high margin. And we've got so much good stuff still left over, so it's been going pretty well, thanks in part to this RC haul, and we've been selling stuff that we've obviously got in the store as well. However, this week, I don't know what you guys have experienced. I'm not going to say that something's up with eBay, because you know what, guys, whenever someone has good sales weeks, there's people out there saying, really I'm having my worst ever week. And when people are saying I'm having my worst ever week, there's always people saying I'm having my best ever week. It's nothing to do with eBay or anything like that. It's just the way your store has performed in that particular time frame, right? We've had a really poor sales week on eBay. it's not lack of activity.
And by
or
poor,
listing.
we mean massively poor. So whereas we've been coming on and saying we've turned over like 1,400 or 1,200 or whatever this week, this last 7 days we're on about 400 and something, 420. 417.
And
over
actually,
the last,
most of that this week, it was only just getting to about 300. So
Yeah.
it's only because yesterday
yesterday we had £120 day.
Yeah, so yesterday was kind of where we would like to normally be.
Well, 120 is would be nice, but even that's low for this time of year. You'd say, you could argue. So it's been a really
no, I mean steadily.
Steadily
we
been
always like to be around that mark, regardless of whether it's Christmas or not.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's been bad. It's just been bad. So, like I said, only on about, that much in terms of turnover. So just over 400 quid for 7 days, which, as you can imagine, is pretty atrocious. And it's just happened a bit out of the blue.
It has.
I can't really say why it's happened. I don't understand why. I'm gonna have to turn this.
Yeah, can you just turn the noise off or
down?
Something?
Yeah. It was actually Nick, and it was actually Nick, and then he goes, "Oh crap! Sorry, I didn't mean to do that." That's the last message. I'm guessing.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, I'll look at the other message, but yeah, it's just been one of those weeks. We're not sure what we could do about it. I mean, listing wise, we've been listing away. We won't lie and say we've worked super hard or anything.
No, it's been pretty. I wouldn't say relaxed, but we haven't been really pushing it.
Kind of relaxed. Like I feel relaxed.
Yeah,
I feel relaxed.
Yeah, okay, I feel relaxed.
Yeah, I feel relaxed. I think we've done, I think that we've been chilled, but we've actually been more productive than normal. I mean, I think we're close to 100 odd listings, aren't we? What's really good is since Becca's started listing on the main store. When I say Beck's been listing, she's done like a lot of the drafts.
Yeah, I just do the drafts.
And then I take the photos, edit them, like brighten them up, rotate them, crop them, whatever, and then I just attach them to the drafts and list them. And the cool thing is, we both love those parts of the job and we hate the other parts. So I don't really like sitting there and doing drafts. And you don't like taking photos.
No, I hate it.
Yeah. So,
I really hate it.
So it's worked really well.
And I hate editing as well. I can't stand it.
Yeah. So it was it's worked out really well because we're getting loads of stuff listed. And since you've been helping with that and doing that on the main store, we've actually gotten through a nice chunk of a certain brand of RC stuff that we wanted to get rid of, so we can get back to some of the other stuff that's been sitting there. So it was there was 2 brands. I think it was like Model Zone and BSD, which is like lower end brands.
The Model Zone one was like the HSP. Yeah, is that was all that stuff.
HSP, that's it. And then obviously the BSD brand stuff, which, I mean, it's just not as high value, but it does sell. There is a market for it, and we've already had some sales. And it's
already been selling, and we've been getting some nice feedback from it.
And then we can get back to doing more of the Thunder Tiger stuff, which has been really amazing for us. I mean, I shared just the other day, like, or just this morning, in fact, not just the other day, but just my time frames.
Do you know what? In all honesty, both of us kept forgetting it was Friday and that we had to do this chat this evening.
Amount of times we forgot that we had the chat tonight.
Oh yeah, we're meant to be going live.
Yeah, we just completely forgot. We were like, what?
Yeah, our days are not where they should be at the moment. It doesn't feel like it anyway. So.
But I mean, we had a really lovely sale actually, from this. I mean, this Thunder Tiger stuff is insane. I mean, I did actually share this. Let me just quickly show you guys. All right, let me just quickly switch over to the webcam view. Here we go. So this is a sale that we got like within 24 hours. I shared this on Instagram and shared it on the Facebook chat group as well, and this is the kind of thing that's been making us money recently, which is insane. From the RC haul, this is a Thunder Tiger fuel tank for an old Nitro RC bike, and originally this thing was probably only like 7-8 quid or something like that, but we've managed to get, you know, I put it up at 20 because I thought, why not? I've got 5 of them in total, and we've sold one within 24 hours at 20 quid. In the UK I offer fast and free shipping, but this actually is going to Italy. So they paid the $8.99 shipping on top, and that's the kind of thing that's just been doing really well for us. But yeah, it's been pretty bad in terms of sales. Let's go into the chat and have a look what people are saying. Sazguest says good evening as well. Christmas phone for Z says, right, yeah, it's my Christmas present, definitely. I'm gonna take it as that. People are talking about their favorite cheese. Chelsea Rooney says my favorites are Wensleydale with cranberries, brie and strong cheddar. Fantastic. The hyper picker says the sales were good at the start of the week, but today got no sales. No, we've just had a steadily bad week.
Steadily bad. I mean, I think our worst day was, I don't know.
Oh, it's been terrible. We've had a couple of £20 days.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably about £20.
I think it actually started on Friday, so it was good up until Friday.
Because we were sitting there and thinking, well, because I think last week we mentioned
we had a good week. Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we had a really
and then
good
on the
week.
Friday we had barely had any sales, and we were saying, oh, it was fine.
Yeah.
And then the Saturday was kind of okay, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday was 120, and we thought, oh, okay, things are back to
normal.
And then Sunday £20 day, Monday £20 day, Tuesday was like a £40 day.
Yeah.
Wednesday only 70, so it's just been steadily bad.
I mean, I turned over about £100 on the second store, so I can't complain too
and we
much,
did get a few nice little sales on Amazon, which is always nice. You know, decent value ones as well.
We're pretty chilled out considering, aren't we?
Well, because overall the month is still good, and like overall it's still good. And
we're happy with how the month's gone. We're still, what is it, 16% up on our last 31 days. So
yeah,
you know, can't complain really.
Exactly. Pete's Retro says my sales on eBay are bad because I've not been listing enough. Amazon's blown up though. That's always good.
That's good.
Right, though you guys having 400 I think is good, says the hyperpicker. Thanks. Indie Chick says one sale today, but yesterday was my best ever day. I sold 2 pairs of curtains for £360.
Wow.
Now we need to know what those curtains are.
Yeah, have you shared that anywhere?
We need to know what those curtains are, because that is an amazing clip, and she only paid £30 for them. So that is a quality sale. 2 pairs of curtains for 360. They must have been some kind of designer brand, I'm guessing. Yeah, they must have been some fancy designer brand. Awesome. Sales are what they are. If it sells, it sells. If it don't, it's done. Like it's what it is. If it don't, it don't. Yeah. There's not really a lot you can do, but yeah, amazing there for amazing sale there from Indie Chick. Fabian says no sales for me today either. Today again, so far it's not looking hot. We're only on about £30 on eBay. I don't know. I'm sure it will pick up. People will realize they've got to buy things. That's the plan, and we'll keep on listing, so we're ready for when they do want to buy them.
We're just using this time just to list.
Really. Exactly. And because we've had such a good spell, I suppose it's easier to be positive, because we've had a decent spell. But we thought it's only right to share when we have crap weeks. It's not worth just sharing.
Well, we've always done it anyway. We're always going to tell you if it's been rubbish for us or whether it's been good for us. We're always going to spell it out and just go,
I mean, ideally, I was if I'm honest, I was expecting this week to have been even busier and better, because
you did say that to me this week.
We've got the right kind of stock this year, that's why, and we've sold a lot of it as well. We've sold a fair bit of the die cast cars, starting to sell the model kits as well. The only thing I can think that may have affected it, and again, this is where you start what's gone wrong, but you can't really go into that, because when it comes to sales, like people say, you've got to look at your month, or you've got to look at your year overall to really get an idea, and then compare year on year or month on month. But when you start shrinking the period you're looking at down to 7 days, the data is going to be erratic, isn't it? But the only thing I could think of was I've been running markdown manager sales on a lot of the stuff, and it was shifting. It started to shift. So for some of the mini champs models, because I think when I listed all this diecast stuff, I went a bit kind of high on it. So my prices are actually quite high.
Yeah, and you keep saying that, but then you're not doing anything with the price.
Because I like the prices the way they
are. But no one else does.
No, they don't, but I like them.
Well, you buy it then.
No, it's not the point, hon. It's not the point. But yeah, it's not...
Seriously, man. I like the price. It's not about whether you like the price.
Yeah, I think it's important to price things correctly. Yeah. But I obviously went a bit high. You know, I saw these things and I was like, I think I can get more than that guy.
You always do.
I do. I always like to think I can get more. But
I don't know what to say to you.
But in the interest of fairness, what we do is we then run the sale.
We run sales. So
now, unfortunately, the date that most of the sales have run, I'm not going to be able to run another sale now until probably Christmas Eve or after. However, I'm still optimistic because you still get the after Christmas rush where people are in buying mood, because you got to remember Boxing Day sales start, right? So people are in a buying mood in that period, aren't they? They're like, the first thing they do, I mean, even on Christmas Day, guys, you're going to be sitting there eating turkey and pigs in blanket and parsnip with honey, right, and sprouts and things like that, you know, roast potatoes. You don't really need Yorkshire pudding. You don't really need that. You know, that kind of thing, you're going to be eating that, and then you're going to be hopefully hearing the phone go ka-ching, because people are going to be bored. They're going to be, you know, they'll have eaten and they're going to be sat there. They're going to be stuck with family they don't really want to hang with. It's true.
I can't believe you say that.
Well, it's true, isn't it? We've all been there, and you're just stuck there going, oh, like, and now you've got a phone in your hand. Before
where's my phone?
Before, all you could do is just stare at whatever was on the TV. So you'd hope that there's a good movie on or something, right? But now you've got your phone, and you know. Oh, let me just show the people. I think they might want to see it. No, I just want to show it off. It's my Razer phone. You just need to see the back, and the front's really cool as well. You see, it's got the toast on it, like egg on toast, but it's got the Razer logo in the toast. Really cool. But yeah, you're going to be, you know, you're going to have your phone and you're going to be able to shop. And I think people are going to shop. Yeah. So we'll still put the sale on. And I think I did notice it dropped when the markdown manager came off. So I'm hoping that we'll still get some sales. And then January sales start, right?
Yeah.
So I'm optimistic that even with the high prices with the sale on to reduce the price. I am optimistic. I mean, I might do like a 50% off.
Yeah, I'm not going to change your prices.
I will be honest, some of the stuff I'm selling, like I'm at like 30 something and people are like 17 and stuff.
I know you
like
told me that then.
You know,
and I was like,
yeah.
What?
So it's just that. But the funny thing is, I've sold the odd one as well.
Yeah, I know you have.
I have actually sold the odd one. So
I can't really question it. I'm not going to.
Exactly. And I'm like, it's not hurting us, is it? It's not. No. Just sat there.
Yeah.
Right.
As long as you're happy.
I'm happy.
That is amazing.
Indie Chick says, I will send you a message.
Oh, I think.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I think it's just come through.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so that's one of the perks of doing YouTube videos there that Indie's going to share with us, and we're not going to tell because that's an epic flip. That is. I can't believe that. I'll be checking that out later.
Yes.
Hixie's gone out by the looks of it. Have fun, Hixie, says Treasure Pirate. So he's gone already. Catch you. Oh, there you go. Catch you later. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. If someone really wants something, they can wait longer than a day, says Megapixel. I disagree. No, I disagree with that, because if I'm just myself, I'll go.
You're really impatient.
I'm mega impatient, but I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one.
I don't think I'm that impatient.
I left my phone company after how many years we've been with Tesco?
Tesco for quite a while.
All because they couldn't get me a phone I wanted.
Yeah.
You know, this phone was only available on 3. I don't even like 3, but you know, I don't even care for 3. but they had the Razer phone, so that was it. So I'm like that.
And you actually told them that as well, didn't
exactly.
You were just like,
but also,
you don't do the phone.
People can be really impatient when they want something, especially this time of year. Right. Let's just pop down the chat. I think this time of year people shop on Amazon as they know they can get next day, says Daniel Warren. That is a good point. It's very true. If you want that kind of guarantee, then yes. Isn't it odd though? Last shopping weeks before Christmas and sales are still all over the place, as Shasta. Yeah, I mean thing is, like I said, we've had it very steady. For the past few weeks, and we just thought it was just going to build up and up and up and up and up. And it was building up and up and up and up. We're having a really good week after good week. And this week I did expect it to actually peak in a way, because I was like, this is going to be in a lot of people's minds the last safe week, like a safe week to buy something in. But it just happens, Sazga says, I've basically stopped listing as so much other stuff to do in the lead up to Christmas. Surprisingly, stock has kept ticking over, so I've got rid of a fair few bits that have been listed for months. Yeah, that's always nice.
That is nice.
Ray says, photo editing is the best bit and important. I just like taking photos. I actually enjoy taking photos. I just like messing with the camera and whatnot, and and editing them, it is important as well. Definitely. I mean, I think it's easy to it is really easy to just take your photo quality for granted, because nowadays most people's phones do such an amazing job, but just because your phone takes great photos, it doesn't necessarily mean your photos are going to be as good as someone else's. So I mean, it's something that's quite an interesting topic in itself, because you can have two people with the same phone, but if one person's actually taking the time to fill the photo frame with as much of their item as possible, and the other person's got like the item and it's like loads of background around it, it's not going to look as good. The buyer's probably going to go for the listing with the better photo, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's what I think. Right.
Well, that's what you've always told me. Just make sure you get a.
Yeah, you crop, and if you can't get it to zoom or focus on, because you have to stand back a bit for it to focus, you can always crop the image, can't you? And bigger it. I rather like taking photos, says Peter Ray, as I find out info on the items I have. Not too keen on the descriptions. I hate photographing. I really hate it. Ray says, finally given in, ordered a magnifying glass from Amazon with LEDs. A magnifying glass? Okay, what's that for? Is that why would you have ordered that? Did you mean like a jeweler's loupe, or like just a magnifying glass with LEDs? I don't know. Nick says, I struggle to remember what day of the week it is all the time. It can become difficult.
So we're not alone.
Yeah, it really can become difficult. Right. Jason says, what did you think of that KFC buffet video? They should open one up in the UK. Jason Mylan, in case you guys are wondering, if you go into the Facebook chat group, most of you, I'm guessing, are already in there. There was a post about a KFC that's a buffet KFC. It's just insane. I mean, if it was here, I don't know what I'd do. I think it would just, I don't know what to say. It would be incredible, don't you think? It's just one of those things. It's just like, I'd be mad for it, definitely. I'd be absolutely mad for it.
Yeah.
I was on the cider in the pub last night for a change. Had my weekly poker game, says Nick. Wow. Megapixel says, nitro engines scare the crap out of me ever since the throttle stuck open on my old HPI buggy and it slammed into a tree. And it still kept on screaming at full throttle as the bug sat broken as it broke. Yeah, if that happens, it is bad, but that's what kill switches are for, and it is bad, but you can avoid those situations. Chris Cords found a pair of Razer headsets like Z wears £1.50. Would have passed them by without fanboy Z talking about them, says Chris Cords. That's an amazing pickup. £1.50 for Razer headphones. Yeah.
That is amazing.
Considering that's an insane pickup. Right, question. Why do PayPal hold payment for review? Possibly dodgy card from buyer, asks Graham Nichols. Yeah, payment for review can be for a number of reasons. We've not had that happen for a while. But yeah, and normally if they can't verify something or, something, maybe that's what it was to do with. Though I can't be certain what the full reasons are. Well, there's a lot more chat. I'm just going to see whether we can catch up with the chat quickly. Love roast parsnip, says Charles Rooney. My phone was ka-chinging last Christmas Day. I couldn't believe it. Definitely. Trust Z to have food on the front of the phone screen, says Peter Ray. Treasure Part says fancy phone. Razer the Titanic. What? I don't know what that means. Ray says, I hope Beck's Christmas present is as good as your phone or you're in trouble. Well, Beck's got a new phone.
Yeah, I got a new phone. Yeah.
Oh, keeping a secret. Okay. She went to the dark side and got an iPhone.
I went for the old
iPhone.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Screen's got, there we go.
Yeah.
Can't see. There you go.
Wow. I hope. Pete's Retro Collectible says I've started with promoted listings today. Promoted listings can help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think my one's just ending. Actually, it ends on the 18th, so in 3 days. And I'm running sales at the moment on the second store as well. So hoping to try and shift a few bits. I think I've got the sales on the jewellery and clothing at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fair enough.
See if I can get some sales.
Peter asked Beck, if you didn't meet Z, would you be doing Amazon and eBay?
Don't know. In all honesty. That's really hard to answer, actually, because you just don't know where you'd end up.
Well, I didn't think I'd be doing eBay and Amazon until I saw Nick's video.
We talked about this earlier.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about it a fair bit because it's such a huge thing. Like,
not like if I didn't meet you, but we were talking about where our head was,
and it was only because
a while back.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was we were talking about when going from job to job that we didn't like, and it never occurred to us when we were going to job when I was when I was in work and then getting fed up and quitting and then going through the stress of interviewing for another job. I mean, guys, I went through some really brutal interviews. There was one interview for a car sales job, this was brutal, and I wasn't even sure if this was legit, but it was. It was one of those interviews where they thought they were really clever, and it was like it wasn't even for a good car company. It was for Nissan. I mean, they're okay, I guess, but certainly not worth this. This is what I'd expect from like Ferrari or something. But they were like, instantly when you came in, they were talking to me, and then suddenly they were like, sell me this jug of water. And I did that because I was quite comfortable. Talk to me about hoodies. And I was doing that. And they were like, you have to cluck like a chicken. And I was like, I asked them, are you taking the mic? I said, and he was like, no, I can show you. Would you like to see on the itinerary? And it was serious. It was like a serious thing. And I'm like, I went through all that kind of crap to work for someone.
Yeah.
And it never occurred to me.
It's very, very demoralizing.
Very demoralizing.
Mine was slightly different. I mean, we were talking about because when the girls were small, I wasn't actually working. I took time out to actually be at home with them.
Yeah.
So trying to get back into work after you've got like a 7-year gap, a lot of people wouldn't even call you back for an interview or even a phone call to have like an interview over the phone.
Yeah.
And so and we were just talking about how how that made you feel.
It never like occurred to me at any point that I could have just said, you know what, screw this. I can just make my own money from home. And it was only when I saw like YouTube and I started watching these videos, and then I was binging on all these American resellers, and even then it didn't happen. And it was only when I saw Nick's video.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember when you found Nick and you were like, Beck,
he's
doing
it here.
In the UK that does it.
Yeah, because I was watching all this stuff, and like, you know, and even then I was like, you know, is it real?
Yeah,
you know, can you do it?
You have the question, can you do it here?
Yeah.
You know, you watch all these Americans doing what they're doing, and you just think, well, can I do it here?
Yeah. So it was just, you know, for me, I mean, we always kind of talk about that because it's just... Yeah.
Well, we were walking Alfie, weren't we?
Exactly.
He was enjoying the river, wasn't he?
Exactly.
Today, so.
Right. Ray says, I've learned to be patient because I have expensive taste. 34-inch ultra wide monitor due in mid-January, hopefully. Yeah, that will be expensive. Right. Wow, looking at completed listings for curtains. Who pays £1,000 for a epoxy pair of curtains? Asked Lou Summerson. Who remembers naked guy taking photos of his shiny kettle for eBay? Says Ray Cunningham.
No.
I remember vaguely that listing. There's a guy that, it's like a chrome kettle, and you know, right, let's just scroll down. We have buffet KFCs in the States as well as buffet Pizza Huts. We have buffet Pizza Huts here, Tracy, but not KFC. That would be too awesome. Right. If you have more than 12 photos, okay, people are talking about listings. We've got to leave Pizza Hut buffet for eating. Yeah, we got asked to leave Pizza Hut buffet for eating too much before. Wow. See, that is something to be proud of, Tom.
That is.
Yeah, that is really something to be proud of. That is insane.
It's kind of like, can you leave because you're eating too much?
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, that is something I would really like to. Offending all Nissan drivers there. Indie Chick says, we have a Nissan factory near us. I know loads of Nissan workers. They all cluck like a chicken. No, I think it was because it was like a sales job, and they had outsourced it to like a local firm, and they were just jerks.
I think back then it was very popular to kind of throw people within an interview. You heard a lot of it in interviews, and it was to see how people would, I don't know, like the psychology and stuff like that behind it, but it was just to see how much you could actually throw them. I suppose. Yeah,
exactly. It was to throw people.
How people would react.
Yeah, how calm you would be,
and like that. And it was something to do with that.
Yeah. Megapixel says, off-topic question, have you seen Stranger Things? I think it's freaking awesome, and not only because I'm an 80s kid. I've not seen it. I've heard so much about it. Yeah. Like, as in it's good, but I have no clue what it's about or anything.
Haven't watched it.
Graham Nichols says, you were lucky to get an interview. Most companies scan CVs via email these days. Yeah, it's true. Zahir, I've been in car sales for 20 years, says Malhal, and trying to escape and be a full-time reseller. You had a lucky escape, mate, trust me. Polishek says, I've always been super confident of interview. The person who was interviewing me always felt less comfortable than me. Haha, this is the trick. Yep. No, just politely asked to leave that day, saying that I've not been back since, so who knows, says Tom. Man, Tom, you've got to talk about this.
Yeah, definitely.
Tom, you need to actually make an actual video about that day. Like, just talk people through it. Like, what was going through your mind on like the 3rd slice, the 5th slice, the 7th slice. You know, like, you know how you're feeling by slice 9. You know, like, were your friends like keeling over and stuff, or is it like, you know, I would love to just get a, you know, and being asked to leave a buffet, that's it's like Homer Simpson territory, that is, isn't it? Like, it is. You know?
I can imagine you going.
I'd love to. Like that, I'd love to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. I think I could do that.
We were talking about this earlier, weren't we?
What about this?
Well, no, because
we're talking about eating buffets.
After dinner, right? Like Zahir takes the plate.
I take what?
You gather the plates.
Oh, the plates at dinner. Oh, yeah, go on.
You gather the plates.
I gather the plates at dinner. You know, we all have dinner, so I take the plates in. Yeah, like, you know, at the end of everyone's dinner, I take the plates, helping out for the washing up.
I noticed.
Go on.
Oh, God, you kind of...
Go on.
I can't even speak. You kind of clear the plates, but without putting in things.
Yeah, so what Beck was trying to say, I think.
This is why I don't tell jokes, because I just end up laughing.
Yeah, I think you're just referring to the fact that I end up
you clear the plates by eating it.
I eat whatever food's left on everyone else's plate.
It was so terrible because the girl was sitting there and you're like, oh, you done with that? Oh, I'll take that. We think you're being helpful, but no, yeah. You're just...
No, I am being helpful, but yeah. Waste not, want not as well, isn't it? You know, like, you know, you just think all that food going to waste.
Yeah, I know.
So, you know,
but it just
today
so
I managed to get some extra chips and a pizza crust, didn't I? Huh? Now who's laughing? You know, think about now who's... What are you laughing for?
But you're so proud of it.
Well, you'd be proud if you got extra chips and some pizza crust, and I was able to dip it in the sauce, and it was quite nice. So, okay. You know, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I don't know what your problem is, really.
Okay. I'll try and calm down now.
Okay. Comments coming in. Let's have a look at some comments. So, comments about Stranger Things. Stephen Bennett has a question. Do you have a PayPal banking card? Because I got mine today. I've got a PayPal, what's it called? Access card?
Yeah, that thing.
I've got a PayPal Access card. I think we're talking about the same thing. So you can actually make my... Do you know what? I thought I wasn't smiling, but my face is really hurting, and I wasn't laughing. I think because I was grinning or something for so long, like, and I've just started to talk. My face is hurting.
Does it hurt?
Yeah. Yeah, it really hurts.
I have to sit there and do like those face exercises.
Yeah.
Like.
Right. Now, yes, I do have a PayPal Access card, and I find it very, very useful because the reason why I like using it, I don't use it that often, but what I like using it for is if you use Parcel to Go to buy your postage on eBay. Say if you import all your sales from eBay into Parcel to Go and you buy your Hermes shipping from there, because they're quite cheap, aren't they? I think at the moment Parcel to Go are offering $1.99 and they're like, so £2.30 something with that. Now if you pay via PayPal, normally they charge you what, 2%?
Yeah,
2%. So if you use that, they charge you an extra 2% to pay via PayPal, which is disgraceful. They shouldn't have that kind of charge. There's no good reason, in my opinion.
No, because you always say to me, "Oh, it costs such and such," and I'm like, "No, it doesn't cost that. It costs me this."
Yeah, but what I do is I pay using my PayPal Access card, which is a MasterCard, I think.
I think so.
I think it's a MasterCard or a Visa card. I can't remember what it is actually. But yeah, it's a PayPal Access card. So I actually then don't get charged, even though it's still coming straight from PayPal. So it saves me 2% on every purchase, which adds up pretty quickly. So yeah, they're great, Stephen. You came out. Yeah. Okay. Right. Megapixel, Tina Scott. Thank God I've only just discovered Walking Dead. Lots of those to get through. Yeah, that is a great show. Even though we've not seen the
We haven't seen the last one, have we?
Nick says we've lost Beck now. Beck's gone. Beck's losing it. Beck's lost it. Only dogs can hear her now. She's gone supersonic. That was a great comment by Nick.
It's so bad because I'm always like this, aren't I? Whenever I try and tell a joke and I find it funny, I just laugh my way through it, and you're just sitting there going, "What's so funny? What's the joke?" But it just made me laugh.
Who needs a slot bucket when you have Z? Says Indie Chick. Dave says hello from my new flat. Hi, Dave. Next time we have a meal together, I do need to keep an eye.
Oh, you do? Seriously, Nick?
Z's a human garbage disposal. Who needs waste disposal? Well done, Z. We could all do with wasting less food. You're an example. Thank you, Shalstaruni. Thank you. Anyone ever snacked off a plate that was left in the hotel hallway after the people who ordered it ate what they wanted? No, I've not done that, Sir Thrifts a lot.
Are you gonna try it?
I don't know. Oh, that reminds me actually once. This is a classic food story. This still has psychologically scarred my youngest daughter.
Oh my goodness!
This is the best story, isn't it? She was only little, wasn't she? How old was she? About I don't know. She was only little. She was about 6 or 7, maybe a bit older.
She might have been about.
No, she's a bit older than that.
No, yeah, I'd say probably about 6 or 7. I think.
Maybe old. We can't remember the age fully when this happened. But my youngest daughter, this is so sad because it still makes me feel so terrible. She was eating her dinner, and I thought she'd finished. But she'd gone off somewhere I don't know, she used to sometimes go for a wander, or when she went to I thought she'd finished, so I ate what was on her plate. And when she came back, there was no dinner in her face. It made my heart melt. I felt so awful.
You're laughing about that. You know she's just sitting over there.
She's laughing now though. But I felt so awful. I felt, oh my god, that was bad when that happened, wasn't it? But that was something that I'll never forget.
Yeah, that was terrible. I can't believe you did that to her.
Yeah, that was really terrible. Z, your new name is Mikey. Give it to Mikey. He'll eat anything, says Tracy. Oh gosh, yeah. Yes, it was funny one. Natalie Resale says, hi, don't normally catch you live, but always catch up later. Hi, Natalie Resale. Thank you for joining us. Either way is fantastic. I use my PayPal card as an Oyster card when in London, says Chris Cords. Pretty cool. Z might get plate cleaning competition from the park, says Shalsterini. He does. He had a quick cheeky lick of a plate when it was in the dishwasher.
Yeah, I was loading the dishwasher and it was just like, oh, it's alright, I'll sort this out. And it's like, no, don't touch it, leave it.
Megapixel says, I gotta go, my dinner's ready. Thanks for making my evening slightly less dull here. You're welcome, Megapixel. Thank you for joining us. Arnie was the Terminator, Z is the Masticator, says Graham Nichols. Oh gosh. Keeping you up, love. Oh, that's my
yawning.
With one yawn. Indie Chick has a question. Have you ever retrieved anything from the bin? My friend's hubby retrieved a pizza from the wheelie bin after. I've not done that, have I? Have I? No, I don't think I've done that. No, I've not done that. No. Okay.
Tracy's got me. Poor baby. Did she take her plate with her? She should.
No, I've learned my lesson now. I always make sure I ask her if she's finished.
You should have asked her in the first place.
I thought she was done back.
Poor girl.
Oh gosh. My brother did the what's that over there trick to nick food off my plate, and I fell for it every time, says Shastrin. Oh, that's yeah, I wouldn't do that. No. That's a bit mean, but
no, you just wait until she goes to the toilet.
Yeah, but I don't do it now. Now I ask. She was 10. She was 10. So she remembers. She was 10. She was 10 when that happened. So hope. I don't think I've done that. That says Graham Nichols. Did I miss the sales report, says Dave? We didn't talk about our sales earlier, Dave. They were terrible this week. Terrible. Yeah. Just over £400 in turnover for 7 days. So yeah, absolutely atrocious. So that's why we're talking about me eating leftovers. Wow. For the best reselling info, watch the Friday Chinwag. No, don't. Okay. Thinking back, I think half of my Chinese vanished when we were at your place. I only popped to the losers, Nick. I didn't touch any of your food, Nick. Did not. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. And never leave a plate unattended when he's around. Lesson number 1.
Yep.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay. Will you be clearing the plates Christmas Day? Asked Jason. Well, I mean, depends really. Depends if they leave anything. I mean, it's not like, you know.
Yeah, you don't want them if they're empty, do you?
Well, no, I still. No, I didn't mean it like that. I thought you meant clearing the plates, like eating them.
I think that's how you meant it.
Okay. Ever eaten anything by mistake thinking it was food? When I was about 5, I mistook something for a candy stick, says Peter Cummins. I don't think I've done that. No. I don't think so. Yeah, Graham says yes, Dave. It was not one of the best.
No, it wasn't. It was.
So how's the FBA sales report? We don't do much on it, but we had a couple of nice sales which did help. We had a couple of decent value sales, but yeah, Dave, the overall sales have been bad. Right, so here, if we ever meet up, I'm gonna sit on a different table, says Ray. Oh gosh. My mother-in-law ate a dog biscuit. We had to give her to give the dog. Wow, some stories are really coming out, aren't they? That's quite a good one. If that happened.
Oh dear.
Oh god, the people are really coming in with their stories. This is fantastic. Seth Riffsiller, a friend of mine, once picked up his plate from the table and walked away. When he came back to the table, the plate was empty. He went to take a Oh no!
Oh, no!
No way! No way! That's terrible. Oh, Natalie Resale says, not food, Peter, but I remember in my uni days when I smoked, I used a Coke can as an ashtray, and see. See, this is like some kind of therapy for all the food crimes we've committed. All the food crimes. Yeah, what a chat. This is, yeah, Peter Ray. I don't know. This has been a bit of a crazy chat.
We can go back to the reselling.
Oh.
Is it
Soft Peas? Or, yeah, thoughts on other reselling sites like Depop, guys. Anyone use it? Is it worth posting multiple sites? Love the chat. Well, thank you for enjoying the chat, even though it's very random.
Yes.
I only know I know that there's a lady called Laura Stubbs who has a YouTube channel as well, and I think she's really big on Depop, isn't she? Or she does well on Depop. I'm not.
I don't know if she cross post.
Yeah, but she sells really well. So.
But she does have a YouTube
I think it's a different
channel,
kind of selling, isn't it, Depop, in the sense that you kind of have to.
I haven't looked into it enough.
It's more people follow you. It's more social based, isn't it? I think. I don't know. I don't know much about it.
I really have never tried selling on it.
But yes, there are people who do it. People also sell on Instagram, don't they? So you can get to the stage where you can sell your items just by posting about them on Instagram, and if you've got the right following, they will just message you and say, hey, I'd like that as well. So there are different ways of doing it, definitely. Natalie Risa says, classy girl. Me, I'm sure you are, Natalie. That was a one-off cigarette Coke drink.
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been gross.
Yeah. But
Coke's really sweet. No, it couldn't outdo.
No, it wouldn't outdo it.
Yeah, it wouldn't outdo it. Yeah. I've never tried it, but yeah.
Kirsten's just popped into the chat.
Hi, Kirsten. Thanks.
No need to be sorry. You probably haven't missed a great deal.
Graham Nichols says, you seemed really pumped, Z, with the merch chat the other night. Have you applied already? Graham, yes, we had an amazing chat with Jay and Callum. I've actually already got an account now, but like everyone else, I can't do anything with it because it's frozen.
Yeah, it's frozen at the moment.
So there's nothing we could do at the moment. But I'm not gonna. Okay, there's gonna be another one where you guys take the mick out of me, but I've got the account. But Beck's the one that's going to be doing the merch.
I am.
I'm not. You know what? I love the idea and I love the enthusiasm. I think I was really pumped because Jay and Callum are so positive. You know, like people give off an energy, right? And they've got such a great energy about them when you talk to them. Like you know when you talk to someone happy and then you start becoming happier. You know when someone like talks, "Hi, how you doing?" and you're like, "Hi." Like, they're positive people. They're really up.
Yeah, because we had a chat with them on Monday.
Yeah, and we had a real good time chatting to them. So. Exactly. So, and obviously, I am. How could you not be pumped with making like $2,000 in 7 days with no stock, no physical stock? You know, none of the normal things that we as sellers of physical goods normally have to deal with. So I was of course pumped by that, but also I realized that when it comes down to actually designing t-shirts, I don't know, it's just...
And just doing the research, just generally. Yeah. Not saying that you can't do the research. No,
it's not that. It's just, I think I'm more enjoyed the kind of like other things that I like, you know...
Yeah.
I think I'm more comfortable with other things, so I'm not sure. I think Beck's going to have a look at that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have a look as well a little bit. But yeah.
I mean, I've already started watching Margaret's videos. Yeah. I'm going through a lot of hers because she's got playlists on her channel. So I'm going through a lot of her merch stuff and I try and listen into, I think she does merch talks, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And I try and listen into those whenever I get a chance.
Yeah.
And I know there's a few other channels that I need to kind of have a look at as well.
Yeah.
Just to see
Shelf Serena says, I've not eaten meat since I was 15, but another hilarious thing my bro used to do was try to hide meat in my mashed potato. Oh, no, that's just horrible. That's just not even, that's not, oh gosh.
That's not even funny, man.
Ray says I could do foodie shirts, get merching, ka-ching. Yeah, I mean, we all should really, when you think about it, it's amazing. Do a shirt design about dumpster eating. Natalie Resells has a question. PayPal working capital. Have many of you been accepted for it? I'm on the cusp of 9k turnover. Will I be able to apply the second I've done it, or does it take a while to update? It's pretty quick. I would say that once you've achieved the turnover, maybe give it a day or two after you've achieved that turnover, maybe something like that, or 3 days or something. I mean, you can always call them to double check, but they're pretty quick because one thing I'll say with working capital is obviously they've got access to what your sales are. Now you might find you might go and check your whether you want to get yourself a working capital on a Monday, right? And they will offer you a certain amount. Now if you then have a really terrible week and you then go and check again to get a working capital on a Friday instead, you might find they offer you a lower amount, or if you've done even better than before, they might offer you an even higher amount because they're pretty quick and they adjust it according to your recent sales history. So that's something to bear in mind, guys. You know, definitely, you know, they're pretty quick with it, I found. So I mean, thanks for the question, Natalie, appreciate it. You can't get a word in when you talk to Callum, lol, says Dave. Callum was okay, and I think Jay got plenty of words in, I think. That was a great chat, says Phoebe. Took a few good points from that. Yep, definitely. I spent a fair few hours trying to work out the GIMP program for merch yesterday. Not so simple, says Al's Attic. I mean, with photo editing programs, you do need to get your head around them a little bit. So I mean, obviously it's easier if you've messed with Photoshop in the past. Luckily both Beck and I have, for not really good reasons.
No.
It was mostly video game reasons. I think like Beck used to do like patches and things for the Sims 2 and the Sims 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, with the Sims 2 I used to make my own like things on there and kind of put them into the game. So so you know, it once you can work your way around Photoshop, then pretty much they're similar, but it's not like the thing is, technically you should be using like a you know, like a Illustrator or something, because it's not pixel based or whatever. But I don't know. I've now signed up for Much Less Stew, just waiting for approval. God knows how long that will take. It took you ages.
It did take ages, but don't worry about it, guys, because it's that. The one thing I took from that chat that Jay kept on talking about was research. Just get that research done.
Yeah.
So when you do get it, you can hit the ground running, I suppose. That's what we need to do. Right. Bex, all those pictures you have of Z, great merch t-shirts and stuff. No way. You know what that was?
I don't think you'd ever forgive me if I did that.
You know, I don't know. I might even do it myself. That one where I was
asleep. When you were asleep.
Yeah, I don't know.
The apple pie one.
The apple pie one, maybe. Yeah. I want to do everything. FBA merch, Facebook Marketplace. Stop with the inspirational chats, guys. Haha. But the thing is, Indie Chick, I think that's the best thing to do. I mean, we've clearly not even done that, because
I mean, that's the thing. I think in an ideal world you'd be doing
lots of things.
Everything. But we're sitting there and having to decide what we do want to do and what we could kind of leave and not worry about. So
and also I think the more things that you do, the less exposed you are to like bad sales. So for example, say at the moment we don't even do much FBA. We do a tiny bit, and we still managed to eke out a couple of sales, which was nice.
It still helped us out this
week, but it
so
could be so much more, couldn't it? You know, we really need to work on that. We don't sell stuff on local marketplaces. We don't do Facebook Marketplace. We don't do Spock. You know, we don't do Etsy. You know, there's so many things that we don't do ourselves as well. And the more you do actually get your head around, it would make things a bit more I think more stable. So you know, but it's not easy, obviously, because otherwise everyone would be doing it, and you know, it always sounds easier. You got to, you know, bear that in mind. Righty. Wow, more chat coming in. Yeah, Graham, I do see you in Margaret's jewelry chat, says Peter Ray. Okay.
Graham was saying he watches Margaret for jewelry videos.
Yeah, definitely. What we should all be aware of is that just knowing and learning about making money via online methods, we are light years ahead of probably 99% of people, says Ray Cunningham. That's very true, you know. That's very true. And Graham Nichols says, I need to diversify my business for 2018 in order to smooth out the ups and downs. Completely. I think that is the only way you can protect yourself.
That's what we're trying to look at more and more. Is for the times where it is down, that we're still kind of covered. But that we're still okay. We can still, you know.
That we don't have to worry. So I like Facebook selling. It's generally quick, and I'm on there constantly, so may as well, says Shalstaruni. See, that's the thing. If something as simple as that, you know, Facebook, even just doing a regular Facebook, you know, like a local hustle, as Steve and Steph do, for example, that were on Nick's channel. They're heavily based on, you know, they moved away from eBay to do the local game, but local selling is big. I mean, you know, some of the stuff, you know, you could easily shift. Some of the stuff you've got, you could easily shift. Yeah, you'd be taking a bit less money, but considering it's, you know, there and it's a quick sale, worth doing. Anyway, guys, it's 4 minutes past 8 o'clock, so we've gone over our hour now. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with this chat. I appreciate it. Was a bit light on content,
on reselling content. We do apologise for that.
We apologise for that. But it was high on food etiquette and do's and don'ts, I suppose. So
and food wastage.
So, you know, you learnt something in that. You know, you learnt something about me there. Learned that Beck can't tell a joke to save her life. because you just laugh through it.
Thank you.
Yes. And so I hope there was some knowledge there, not necessarily useful knowledge,
yeah, it may not
but
be very
knowledge
useful.
Nonetheless, right? One other bit of knowledge, if you guys listen to the radio, 10 o'clock tonight, Nick Abbott will be on. He's so funny, guys. Just listen to him. He's funny. Anyway, guys.
That's on LBC, by the way.
Yes, LBC, 97.3 FM if you're in London. And then everywhere else you've got to have DAB radio or the internet. Anyway, guys, thank you. And we will see you in the next video.
Yeah, we've got to do our Christmas tag thing, haven't we?
So hopefully
that'll be the next one you see.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.